Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Julia, and today we are getting back on track, back into my routine. My parents were here this past weekend and we ate out a bunch. We ate at my grandparents' house a bunch, all the homemade Italian food, and just like off my normal routine. We honestly didn't eat that unhealthy. Like when we did eat out, it was typically a seafood restaurant, and when we were at my grandparents, it was all like homemade Italian food. Granted, we probably ate much bigger portions than you should have, but it was a wonderful time, lots of quality family time spent together. But I am so ready to get back into my routine and back on track. So stay tuned, because I'm taking you guys through all my tips for getting back into that routine. All right, tip number one, and what works best in my opinion, is just jumping right back into your normal routine, business as usual. No need to overcompensate and try to make up for food that you ate or workouts that you didn't get to while you were off track for that short period of time. So for example, my mom left last night and today is Thursday. Thursdays are always my active recovery days, so I'm not gonna do anything crazy and like try to go above and beyond and compensate for what I did or didn't do while I was slightly off track. I'm just getting right back into my normal routine. So I'm keeping today as an active recovery day. I did a chill little 3-mile walk this morning. I might do an incline walk, might go for a jog, might go for a bike ride. I'm not even sure yet. All I know is that I am keeping today as active recovery, and I'm not gonna beat myself up about what I did or didn't do this past weekend. And then while we're sitting here and while I have my huge water filled up, I might as well get into tip number 2, which is to hydrate. You guys know me, I am big on hydration every single day of the week, but especially when you are trying to get like back on track and back into your routine, water just does wonders for the body. And I am like a huge believer in all of the benefits of drinking water and staying hydrated, and I personally just feel so much better when I am drinking a gallon of water every single day. I know for some people a gallon is a lot, but I am so used to drinking a gallon that when I don't have a gallon of water, I feel like very off. So I'm going to chug one of these, go make some breakfast, and also take my reds and greens. Those are a huge part of getting back on track as well. I do take them every single morning because they are incredible for your gut health, your digestion. They improve blood flow, they increase your natural energy, they help with bloating. They are just incredible. The list goes on and on, literally. I am addicted to them, and I am gonna go make them while I make my breakfast, and we'll get into tip number 3 after that. All right, breakfast is served, so that brings us to tip number 3, which is gonna sound a lot like tip number 1, and that is to jump back into your normal healthy eating. So for me, I try to stick to a whole foods based diet as much as possible, aka limiting processed foods and eating foods that are one whole ingredient: chicken, fish, eggs, veggies, fruit, nuts, seeds, anything that is just one simple ingredient. Yes, you can add them all together, you can zhuzh them up with spices and seasonings, but sticking to whole foods really helps me feel and like function my best. And whenever you are like off track and eating like unhealthy, those foods are typically pretty like addicting, and your body ends up craving more of those things. So it's best to just get right back to your normal eating, so you're not like wanting and craving those unhealthy foods that you were eating for a few days while you were off track. So I like to just go right back to eating whole foods, and it's just what makes me feel my best. And that's what I like to think about when I'm eating it, how the food is gonna make me feel versus how the unhealthy food makes me feel. No one wants to be like lethargic and stomach hurting and just like feeling crappy all day long. When you eat crap, you feel like crap, and when you eat good foods, you feel good. At least that's the case for me. So that is tip number 3. All right, guys, tip number 4 is actually something I already went ahead and did before my parents even left town, and that is a big old grocery trip where you stock up on all the healthy foods you normally eat. So on Monday, I went to Costco and literally bought everything, more food than I actually need. But I stocked up on salmon, shrimp, pineapple, raspberries, salad kits, literally everything that I normally eat on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. So I was ready to get back on track as soon as they left. Not to mention, when your fridge is fully stocked with those healthy foods, you are way less likely to fall to the temptation of continuing to eat out or ordering Uber Eats or just throwing together some random meal that really isn't that nutritious. So set yourself up for success. Make sure your fridge is stocked full of those healthy carbs, healthy fats, lean sources of protein. That way you know you can throw those foods together, make a delicious and nutritious meal that will satisfy you, because when you are ordering food out or eating out all the time, it becomes normal and it is so convenient. So you want to put a stop to that, and you want to make those healthy home cooked meals that you know exactly what is in them. They just make me feel so much better. So that is tip number 4. My 5th and final tip is to plan out your days. I have an agenda or a planner, whatever you want to call it, and I live and breathe by that thing, okay? I write everything in that I want to accomplish. I make a to-do list every single day, and that is like the main thing that keeps me on track. You guys know I have a training split, and as soon as I get back into that, I immediately feel so much better. So like I said, it is my active recovery day. I'm sticking with my active recovery. Tomorrow is legs, and just knowing that I have that routine to jump right back into makes me feel so much better. So plan and schedule out your days, and it will really set you up for success. All right, I'm gonna get into my incline walk, but don't worry, we are not done yet. I'm gonna keep this video rolling, and we're gonna get into a full day of eating. You guys saw my breakfast. I had an omelet with 2 egg whites, 1 egg, a slice of turkey bacon, some cantaloupe and raspberries on the side, as well as my reds and my greens, and then of course my coffee with collagen. I don't know why, but filming full days of eating actually helps me like hold myself accountable for eating healthier, more nutritious meals. A lot of days I feel like I'm like way too busy to actually sit down and make lunch, but that actually just ends up in me snacking like all day long, which makes me feel crappy. So filming full days of eating forces me to slow down and actually make like proper nutritious lunches. That way I'm snacking way less, I'm way more satisfied, and I just feel better all around. So we're gonna film a full day of eating. You guys will see lunch later, but for now I'm gonna walk. And I know it probably sounds like I had some crazy, wild, unhealthy weekend. I didn't, by any means. My grandparents are 100% Italian. We love Italian food. They make everything homemade, so nothing is really too like crazy unhealthy. It's just a lot more like bread, pasta, homemade pizza than I'm used to eating, and we ate it like day after day, and it was delicious. I loved every single bite of it, but it's just not what I'm used to eating, and I probably did have a lot bigger portions than I'm used to eating. So this is how I'm getting back on track. All right, it's a little bit later. Clearly I have showered. For my incline walk, I just did 2 miles on a 12 to 15% incline. I went between those two the entire time, but I'm having some lunch now. I'm just doing a big old bowl of the Mediterranean chopped salad kit from Costco with a bunch of rotisserie chicken thrown in. I don't do like very much of the dressing at all, but I do love this salad kit. It is so easy, so quick, and absolutely delicious. Like Cameron and I are addicted to it. So that is lunch today, and I will definitely be having a big snack of some sort later because I have an appointment at the DMV at 2:10, and we all know how long the DMV takes. So I'm definitely gonna need a snack before I go there, and that'll be what you guys see next. Alright guys, it is way later. It is 7:10 p.m. and I actually just got off a call with a client. I came outside quick because Cameron's on a work call, but a lot has happened since we chatted last. I actually finished that entire pineapple before going to the DMV. And yes, I just cut up that pineapple today before lunch, and it is gone now because I am so freaking obsessed with pineapple, as you guys know. And my trip to the DMV was actually very smooth and very successful. The worker that I dealt with was by far the most pleasant and helpful DMV worker of all time. Like, she deserves a raise. She was incredible. I do have to go back in June, but I knew I was gonna have to go back. I already made my appointment, so I'm hoping my appointment in June is just as smooth and pleasant as today's was. And then once I got back from the DMV, my grandparents and my aunt actually stopped by because my aunt wanted to see the house, and we snacked on some Ithaca hummus with some Simple Mills almond flour sea salt crackers. I didn't feel like taking my camera out because I had guests over, and you guys have seen my crackers and hummus so many times. I love the Simple Mills ones because they are considered paleo. They are made of all whole foods, really healthy ingredients, and they're super tasty. And then of course I love my Ithaca hummus, by far the most incredible tasting hummus ever and the best ingredients. Literally nothing compares. So that was my snack. And then we took out some ground bison for dinner. I thought we were going to do bison burgers, but Cameron actually said that he wants to do our Trader Joe's cauliflower gnocchis with like a ground bison meat sauce. We haven't done this before, so I'm intrigued to see how it's going to turn out, but that is going to be dinner, so stay tuned and you guys will see soon. Alright guys, it's the next day. I'm actually editing this video right now, and I realized that I once again forgot to film an outro, and I also forgot to show you my dessert. So I had some of the True Fruit dark chocolate covered strawberries last night. They are so satisfying in my opinion. I actually have them at my Costco. If you have them at your grocery stores, I highly recommend. They are just the perfect little sweet treat, the perfect dessert. But that is going to wrap up my top 5 tips for getting back on track, as well as a full day of eating. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. It's really nothing too crazy. I'm not reinventing the wheel. It's all very basic things, but they're basic things that work, and I hope they work for you guys as well. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.